Perfect. So we will continue with the character, and now what we're going to do is we're going to start adding some materials to the character, and basically having it ready for setting up the face textures that we're going to apply on it. So in order to do that, we need to open up. Actually, I'm going to split the screen in two, and then like we did when the cup tutorial, remember we have these two buttons that represent each of the separations, each of the sides that were separated or that the viewport was split in. So I'm going to select, I'm going to pick the left side, and I'm going to choose the hypershade there. I'm going to move the division a bit more to the right, and I'm going to start selecting the materials for our characters. So the first one, I will start by creating free fong materials. Uh, and I will select the first one. Don't these names, the naming, the automatic naming from Maya doesn't matter. In my case, it's 4, 5, and 6 because I did some experiments here before. But regardless of the name, you can just double click on the shader, and then here you can change the name. The first one will be following our naming convention. I'm going to name it head material, and I'm going to change its color. Now, the color for the color palette will be, by default, you have the HSV type of color palette, but I think the values is hue, saturation, and the V is I don't remember exactly what the name of the V is, but anyway, we're using the red, green, blue palette. So please change this one to red, green, blue, 0 to 255, and I'm going to make sure that the values for my head are, are 255, 255 green, and both red and green will be 255, and then the blue value will be 0. Uh, so I end up with this exact yellow color. Why it's important to do it this way? Because once we set up, once we start painting the face, the textures on the face, we need the background color to be the same color as the rest of the head. Um, Now for my second shader will be named torso material. Torso material, and I'm going to make this one a red one, fully red. So that's 255.00. And the last one will be legs material. So legs material, and I'm going to change the color to blue, 00128. That's the value. And that's it. It's a dark blue, the one I'll be using here. And now I'm going to pick this material, select the head material, and with the middle mouse button, I'm going to drag and drop the material over the parts I need to be yellow, like this. Then I'm going to again select the red one and middle mouse button and drag and drop the color over the shirt and the sleeves of the character. And finally, I'm going to select the blue, and I'm going to drag and drop it over legs and the hips. And I should end up with something like this. Later on, once we start adding lights and rendering the scene and shadows, etc., I'll be showing you guys how to tone up these values, like the specular color. Specularity is the shininess of the characters, so it doesn't end up looking like glass at all. And also scene power, that's only to add a bit of more of metallic finish to it, and also reflectivity. But since we're planning to make it plastic, the material should be plastic, we're going to turn around a bit with those values to end up with a character more like a toy. All right, so don't forget to save your scene, And thank you very much. See you in the next one.